This time on Flannel Farms, I'm going to tell you the 2 keys you need to avoiding burnout and how to be successful really in any situation, not just homesteading. And we're going to do that next. About a year after we moved here, one of our friends that we met out here is a 4th generation farmer, and he told us that over the years they've lived out here, they've seen people like us, millennial city dorks who don't know what they're doing, move out into the country and attempt farming, hobby farming, homesteading, whatever you want to call it. And they typically last about 2 years and then they burn out.
Whatever.
And I think we're pretty fortunate. We've made it to 3. And I'll tell you, the burnout is real. We have a massive change coming in our next video. It's the biggest change that we've ever done in our homestead. But I'll tell you about that a little later. Right now I need to tell you how to avoid burnout. And you need to be able to do 2 things. You need to do a risk-benefit analysis, and then you need to be able to pivot with that information. A risk-benefit analysis breaks things up into 4 categories. And this is something that I learned in the fire department when you're trying to decide what you're going to do on the scene of an emergency. So you have 4 boxes. You have high risk, high reward, high risk, low reward, low risk, low reward, and low risk, high reward. High risk, high reward is something like a daycare is on fire. It's really on fire, but we know that there are kids inside. So is that a risk to us as firefighters? Yes, it's a high risk. There's a lot of fire, there's danger. But is there a high reward? Absolutely, there's a lot of people in there. A high risk, low reward might be an abandoned warehouse where you have big fire and everything else, but there's nobody inside. So what is the reward? What is the benefit of going inside? There really isn't one except for saving some property that somebody's already abandoned. Low risk, high reward might be that somebody in your family passes away and they leave you a giant, beautiful piece of property and you decide that you want to go homestead or whatever you want with it. There's no real risk there, but the rewards could be huge. We realized that we were getting overwhelmed with the systems that we had here in place. So we did a risk-benefit analysis and realized that what we were doing wasn't working. Now, when we first moved out here, it was just after COVID, and we were pretty high-strung, to be honest. We were concerned about supply lines, about food on the shelves, and those kind of things. So a lot of what you see, we slammed together as quickly as possible in as best way as we could with spending the least amount of money. What ended up happening was we have 800 feet of hoses because we didn't bury pipeline to get to where our cows are. We did not have enough property fenced in for the cows, so they were having to have a lot of hay come in, and that meant we had to have a truck and trailer working, which meant we needed a tractor to work, which meant we needed round bales, which meant that once a week we were going and getting hay in huge quantities and then having to unload it, and this took a lot of our time up, not to mention pigs, butchering, chickens, trying to grow our own food, all those kind of things. So instead of burning out, this is the key to all of this, is your ability to pivot. Okay, just because you've spent a long time and maybe a large amount of money on a bad decision doesn't make it a good one. No matter how much longer you try and carry on, sometimes you just have to go, you know what? That's it. So how did we do that? We sold our boar. We took 3 pigs to a butcher instead of waiting until next year. We sold all our cows. All of our cows are gone. Ginger, Marianne, Junior, they are no longer with us. And what that has done is freed up an entire area of our lives. We also stopped trying to grow enough vegetables to last us for a year, and we just eat out of the garden as it happens. And this reduction has really made things a lot easier for us. But we love cows and we want cows back. So what are we gonna do? So take that risk analysis, apply it to your life, and see if it helps you. I know it's helped us a lot. My name is Brian, this is Flannel Farms. Keep growing as you grow. You're gonna wanna see our next episode because it is the largest thing we've ever done in the homestead. This video was sponsored by Wild Badger Power. Now, the video where we cleared out Flower Flannel's garden, we used their 4-in-1 system. That was a 40 volt, and that had a hedge trimmer, weed whacker, chainsaw attachment on the end of the pole system, so the pole was interchangeable. They just sent me their 20 volt hedge trimmer. One of the things I like, batteries are interchangeable, so you can swap this out if you have the other system. They have a 3-year residential warranty. It's lightweight, and if you don't need all of that weight from the 4-in-1, because that's a 40 volt system, so the motor's heavier, the batteries are heavier, it's on a long pole, you can use this. It works a treat. It also works on holly bushes. Their communication with me back and forth has been great. Replacement parts are easy to find on their website, and it has a 3-year residential warranty. You don't have to worry about the gasoline and all that stuff having the mixtures and things. If you're a residential homeowner, I think these things are great. And even with their other system, the 4-in-1, we own 15 acres and I have yet to run that thing out of batteries, and I have accomplished every task I've wanted to. You can run it out of batteries. I just mean that if I set out to weed eat, I can weed eat everything I want to weed eat before the thing runs out. Every time I've used the extension pole, it works. This thing is great, lightweight, safety features. And I really hope Mrs. Flannel wanted that bush trimmed. Wild badger. Check the link below. We'll see you next time. Bye.